This is the Mama Fit Podcast. This podcast is dedicated to all those mamas out there that want to fit a workout in a day, or want to fit in a moment of bliss, or hey, you want to fit into those skinny jeans. Dana Dieters is the host of Mama Fit Podcast. She's a mother of two beautiful girls, a wife, and entrepreneur. Her passion became her profession when she had a wake-up call about 15 years ago. With the support of others and a positive attitude, she was able to overcome the hurdles in her life. This mama strives to wake up and conquer each day to make it better than the day before. Her passion for business and education to others is what drives this mama to be the best version of Mama Fit. With Dana's background, she hopes to help you with your business, health and fitness needs, family time in the kitchen, and give you motivation and inspiration to tackle your day. And most importantly, to help you fit in your Mama Fit time.
Welcome back to the Mama Fit Podcast. It has been quite a while since my last one. So I have been busy working on a talk, and it's about my eating disorder, the recovery of it. And so it's kind of been taking a lot of my time. It's kind of hard to put in 20 minutes worth of 5 years of an eating disorder and how to recover from it in such a short amount of time. As I've been putting stuff together, it is bringing up a lot of different reactions and lots of emotional responses to some of my past events. That was a big part of my life for such a long but short time of my life. I have to say, with my experiences in my life so far, everything has different colors, different emotions, different smells, different emotions. And the events of the past for anyone can have a huge effect on how we see our lives now and what we choose to believe in our world forever. Just like our past experiences can also influence our emotional reactions and responses to our present life and events. So we can go through something that we went through back, in the day, maybe a financial issue or a relationship issue, and it will bring up some of those emotional reactions or responses that we once felt. Sometimes it can be comfortable, sometimes it can be uncomfortable, but each of us has reactions to this based on what we've learned in our life. The process of us learning through the difficulties or the roadblocks that we have in our life, there's no wrong or right way to get through something. It is simply the result of a past experience. So later on, when we have our strong feelings and they've passed, we may be surprised at our reactions. Yet we may face a similar situation. Again, our reactions may be the same, but when we understand those experiences, we can come to a much closer understanding of our reactions and consciously change them. I feel like we get stronger after every roadblock that we go through, everything that we go through in life that's a little bit harder. Those are all great lessons. And I have to say, for me, having an eating disorder, it is such a huge lesson I learned throughout this. I went through so many little setbacks, but man, did I learn a lot. I learned about myself. I learned about my family. I learned about just the process of an addiction. Like, I learned so many things that I could not have ever learned in my life if I never went through an eating disorder. I'm not saying that an eating disorder is something that you want to basically get, because it's not easy. It's really hard. It's extremely scary because every 62 minutes, someone with an eating disorder dies. So this disorder is extremely a sad one, and this is one of the most mortality rate of a mental illness disease. So with those two statistics, it's a very scary disease, and it's not something that you can catch. It's not something that just happens very quickly. it's something that is gradually done on, in your lifetime, depending on your stress load of your life or whatnot. And so I will be speaking more about the eating disorder in another podcast, but this is more about just getting through our life lessons and learning from them. Someone listening can be dealing with depression or anxiety or cancer or something in that nature, or just having relationship issues or financial issues. What we need to realize is when we modify our reactions to modify our thoughts, you can change your result. So for example, with my talk, I'm going to be speaking about the eating disorder again. I'm just bringing up this thought because for me, I had such negative thoughts always going in my head while I was either eating or not eating or working out or just doing homework during the day. There's always little chatter going on in my head that was telling me that I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm gross, if you eat, you're going to be the fattest person alive. Oh, I can see fat on your body. So I literally had thoughts like that in my head all the time. I looked in the mirror and there were thoughts there. I would see things that were not even there. And honestly, the way I got out of this whole eating disorder was obviously the help with everybody that I went to for as far as clinical help and hospital and therapists and dietitians. The biggest thing that really helped me out was the positive thinking, reframing my mindset. Every time I had a thought go into my head, I had to basically throw it out and replace it with a positive one. So I would always be telling myself that it was okay that I was eating. I was eating because it was nourishing me. It was giving me energy. This is years and years of speaking the way I am now, and I'm still doing it to this day. I don't even think about it anymore. I don't worry about food. I'm not so crazy about, fat, because that was a big no-no in my diet, was eating any sort of fat. And so for me, it was a lot of talking positive, reframing my mindset and changing the way I was thinking about my ways, because the brain is so powerful and it responds to you very quickly, and you got to be quick back. This can go to anything. Like this can be referred to anything as far as poor body image, poor self-esteem, having anxiety or depression, having financial issues, parenting issues, relationship issues. The list can go on and on. So learning the reasons of our reactions or negative thoughts may also help us put aside that negative reaction long enough to respond in more positive and empowered ways. And our reactions and responses then become about what's happening in the present moment rather than in the past. So as our time passes, our negative thoughts will lose strength, leaving only our positive thoughts to inform our healthy reactions. We all want to go through life that is easy and comfortable, but when we get into these different situations, different life lessons, it becomes more of a why me type of deal. But if we reframe that idea and know that this is something that's supposed to be part of our journey and it's supposed to be here for a reason, things get much easier. We are more comfortable with it. And no, we cannot go back and start brand new, but anyone can start from now and make a brand new end. If you're going through a rough moment in life, know that you can change it by changing your mindset, changing your mind frame. Seek out positive thoughts and zap all those negative thoughts away, replacing them with the positive responses and actions. And know you're not alone. Thanks again for taking the time and listening to this episode, and I appreciate all of you listening. I really do. Have a great week, and I will talk to you very soon.
Thanks so much for spending your time with the Mama Fit Podcast. Dana is so happy to share her tips and tricks with you. If you loved this podcast, we'd be so happy if you could share this episode with your friends and family. Also, if you have time, please leave us a review of your honest thoughts and reflections of the podcast on iTunes or our app. We'd be so grateful. If you have any topic or suggestion that you want answered, leave those in the comments below and make sure that you fit in your Mama Fit time.